Hello, my name is Zainab Yabash, and today we're going to talk about two debug graders, and they can computers really rate students' essay. And the second subject is classroom-based formative assessment practices in English, and the awaiting in class learning course. First, we start with the AES. Uh, I want to explain what is it. The impacts of computers on writing have been widely studied for 3 decades. If basic computers functions, an example, word processing have been of great assistance to writers in modifying their essays. The research on automated essay scoring, the other name of it is AES, has revealed that computers have the capacity to function as a more effective cognitive tool, according to Ateli, 2004. AS is defined as the computer technology that evaluates and scores the written process according to Shermis and Barrera, and Shermis and Bernstein. And additionally is the Shermis, Raymond, and Barrera. Revision and feedback are essential aspects of the writing process. Students need to receive feedback from the teacher in order to increase their writing quality. However, responding to students' papers can be a burden for teachers, particularly if they have a large number of students and if they assign frequent writing assignments. Providing individual feedback to student essay might be quite time consuming. AS systems can be very useful because they can provide the student with a score as well as feedback within seconds. Also, the scores would be much more descriptive than the rating provided by two human raters. And automated essay scoring is the use of specialized computer programs to assign grades to essays written in the educational setting. It is a form of educational assessment and an application of natural language processing. Its objective is to classify a large set of textual entities into a small number of discrete categories corresponding to the possible grades, for example, the number 1 to 6. Therefore, it can be considered a problem of statistical classification. Several factors have contributed to a growing interest in AES. Among them are cost, accountability, standards, and technology. Rising education costs have led to pressure to hold the educational system accountable for results by imposing standards. The advent of information technology promises to measure educational achievements at reduced cost. The use of AES for high-stakes testing in education has generated significant backlash, and with opponents pointing to research that computers cannot yet grade writing accurately and arguing that they are used for such purposes promotes teaching writing in reductive ways, an example, teaching to the test. And beyond the teacher comments, there are three other types of feedback related to that provided by AES. They are discourse analysis, reader or teacher or peer based feedback, and self-assessment. And the most important is the self-assessment for me because in self-assessment stage, students students is aware of what he or she learned and how he or she learned and how much he or she learned. And this is important for the students I think. And according to my ideas, self-assessment is the most important types of feedback. And why the growing interest in AES? AES on the peak of inflated expectation in Gartner's hype cycle. And I want to add what is the Gartner's hype cycle? This hype cycle is a graphical depiction of a common pattern that arises with each new technology or other innovation. Each year, Gartner creates more than 90 hype cycles in the various domains as a way for clients to track technology maturity and feature potential. Growing interest in AES driven by multiple factors. And my friends mentioned the main AES providers, and I couldn't find anything about this, but I wanted to use, I think, her table. AES system is Project Essay Grades, PEG, and providers of it is Measurement Inc. Intelligent Essay Assessor, and it's Pearson, and its providers is Pearson. Intellimetric, and its providers is Vantage Learning. Providers of eWrite is Compass, and of eRetter is Educational Testing Services, and of Criterion is Educational Testing Services again. And the providers of CRAIS is Pacific Metrics. And my friends mentioned the criticism of AES. They are validity concerns, fairness issues, vulnerability to deception, and ethical consideration. Okay, there's a question about them. Is AES valid, reliable, and practical? First of all, AES validity to measure claimed writing constructs and allows meaningful inferences. Second is the AES reliability to be demonstrated in studies with 92% agreement between human and computer rating. And the third one is the potential for increased precision. AES may outperform human graders in scoring atypical responses. Okay, there is another question. Does AES have positive backwash? We mentioned backwash last week or 2 weeks ago. I cannot remember exactly, but it's like that. Increased students' writing engagement, greater emphasis on writing and assessment, immediate feedback, and personalized learning. And we will mention the benefits of AES. Speed and accuracy, elimination of fatigue, cost effectiveness, testing on demand, and reduced fear of embarrassment. Okay. And what role could AES play in a TEFL setting? In many EFL environments, AES may not be practical due to insufficient numbers of students and essays. So, as a conclusion, AES offers rapid and accurate rating of large volumes of essays. Despite technological advancements, human raters remain essential for subjective evaluation and improving writing skills. While AES has its advantages, the role of human raters remains indispensable, particularly for fostering writing skills development. So we come to formative assessment, and my friend Emre, I think, mentioned additionally summative assessments to compare their features. First, formative assessments the some uh, name of it is the assessment for learning. Ongoing assessment, observation, and reviews that inform teacher instruction and provide students feedback on a daily basis. And summative assessment, and the other name of it is the assessment of learning. So formative is for learning, and summative is the of learning. To measure how much our students have learned up to a particular point in time. Formative assessments. Formative assessments refers to a wide variety of methods that teachers use, conduct and process evaluation of students' comprehension, learning needs, and academic progress during a lesson, unit, or course. Formative assessments help teachers identify concepts that students are struggling to understand and skills they are having difficulty acquiring or learning standards they have not yet achieved so that adjustments can be made to lessons, instructional techniques, and academic supports. The general goal of formative assessment is to collect detailed information that can be used to improve instruction and students' learning while it's happening. So it's the process. What makes an assessment formative is not the design of a test, technique, or self-evaluation, uh, but the way it is used. An example to inform and process teaching and learning modifications. The goal of formative assessment is to monitor students' learning to provide ongoing feedback that can be used by instructors to improve their teaching and by students to improve their learning. More specifically, formative assessments helps students identify their strengths and weaknesses and target areas that need work, help faculty recognize where students are struggling and addresses problems immediately. Formative assessments are generally low stakes, which means that they have low or no point value. Examples of formative assessments include asking questions students do, driver concept maps in class to represent their understanding of topic, submit one or two sentences to identify the main point of lecture, and turn in research proposal for early feedback. And Emre mentioned the hand signal 1 to 5. First, or one finger means I don't understand at all. And the fingers are I need to go over this again. And 3 fingers is I think I get it, but I'm not completely comfortable. So 4 fingers is I get it. And 5 finger, I can explain it to someone else. And students are mastered with their 5 fingers. And brainstorming is that's great assessment for classes prior knowledge on the topic, exit tickets, best for assessing a lesson's overall objectives or goal, and think, pair, share, give appropriate with time. Together, students discuss and compare their answers and explain their ideas about the topic. First, as a teacher, we talk about the topic and give some time for our students. And then we match the students with together and discuss their ideas and their knowledge. And then each student explain what he or she learned about the topic and how much they know about topic. And they explain their ideas towards the whole class. And this is the end of my presentation and my reaction to my friend's presentation. So thanks for listening and see you next week and goodbye.